Hello everyone. Today we are going to know about the process in thermodynamics. When the state of a system changes, it is said to have undergone a process. Does a process mean a change in at least one of the state variable of the system? The process may be accompanied by an exchange of matter and energy between the system and the surroundings. There are certain processes in which a particular state variables remain unchanged. State variable means thermodynamic property of the system. Such processes are of following types. So the first one which comes is known as isothermal process. In an isothermal process, the temperature of the system remains constant. When a system undergoes an isothermal process, it is in thermal contact with a large con- constant temperature bath known as thermostat. It helps the system to maintain the exchange of heat. In an adiabatic process, no heat is allowed to enter or leave the system. Systems in which such processes occur are thermally insulated from the surrounding. Now the third one is an isobaric process. An isobaric process is one in which the pressure of the system remains unchanged. Reaction in an open beaker is always at atmospheric pressure and hence pressure is isobaric. So now the fourth one, which is known as isochoric process, and in an isochoric process volume of system remain constant. Thus a chemical reaction in a sealed flask of constant volume is an isochoric process. So you can generally say that in isothermal the temperature will always constant when the reaction will occur. In the process will occur or anything in adiabatic process. The heat of the system will remain constant whether the temperature will remain constant or not. In isobaric process, the main thing which remain unchanged is known as pressure, whether any other thing will change or not. In isobaric process, the system's pressure is not changed. And at last, in isochoric process, the volume of system remain constant. So it means isochoric means volume constant, isobaric means pressure constant, adiabatic means heat constant, and isothermal process means the constant temperature in process. Now what is cyclic process? A process is cyclic if the system returns to its original state after some work or doing a process. Now what is reversible process? A reversible process is one in which at any time the driving force exceeds the opposing force only very slightly. Hence the direction of the process can be reversed by merely a small change in a variable like temperature and pressure. And one main thing about this cyclic process, I want to say that initial and final values of each thermodynamic variable is identical after the completion of a cyclic process. So you have already understand the meaning of reversible process, which is a type of cyclic process. Now irreversible process, the any process which is not reversible is known as irreversible process. Like all natural processes are irreversible, the flow of heat from a high temperature body to low temperature body is a natural process and hence irreversible. And now at last some important word related to process. They are work, heat and heat capacity. Work, heat and energy have the same unit, namely joule. It means SI unit. Energy is thermodynamic property of a system, whereas work and heat are not the thermodynamic property. Heat is a form of energy. Work is defined as the product of force applied and the direction moved along direction of force. So work is equal to force dot product distance. Main important thing about force and work, that force have different physical origin while work can done in a variety of ways. Now at last, heat capacity. Heat capacity is the heat required to raise temperature of a body by 1 Kelvin. The energy gained or lost during heat exchange between the system and the surrounding can be stated in terms of heat capacity values. Thank you.